You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. I'm here to tell you Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, number one draft pick in the NFL, is a bright, shining star. Every time I look at him, I see a little bit different, and it was questionable how he was going to come in the league and how he would transition. Chicago Bears got it right, and when you do something like that, you got to give the general manager some credit because he jumped in there, and you look at it, it seems odd, Chicago Bears, Ryan, but he got in there and pulled the trigger. And so when you look at Caleb Williams and what has he got, he's a shining star. I was questionable. No doubt about it. I was like, wait a minute, is this guy as good as he is or what? But when you look at him, you look at the poise he has in the pocket. You look how he steps up in the pocket. You look how he finds open people. You look at his ability to take off and run and his ability to slide just like a baseball player. But his demeanor, you kind of listen to him and hear him talk. It's a little bit different. There's no doubt about it. Now, what are we talking about? What is Money Mike saying here? The Chicago Bears are one of those teams. I gotta just tell you, folks. I mean, they've just been cursed with the quarterback curse. I think they might have broke the curse. Okay, Chicago Bears are a team that can get in there and get it done. You look at Caleb Williams. I mean, smooth. He really 495 yards, but he can get it done. And when you get somebody that gets it done, you got to just look at that. You got to say to yourself, you know what, the Bears are 2-0. The bottom line is winning games, okay? You can get the momentum shifted to win games. Caleb Williams can do that. He can do it very well. Now you got to coach him up, and you got to get him in the right positions, and you got to get him to be able to execute, okay? Because, again, you got to look at it. They're in the first preseason games. They're not going against the ones or the twos. And the ones, folks, what I'm talking about, that's the starters. Okay, those are vets. Those are guys that kind of sit, wait, and when it's time to go, they'll get out of the shop, they'll get out of the training room, they'll be ready to go, and that's when they game plan for you. So Caleb Williams coming in the NFL first-round draft pick. He's trying to break the curse of the Bears. Now, is that possible? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. There's no doubt about it. And is he the right guy to do it? Yes, he is. He's the right guy to do it. There's no doubt about it. So you got to look at this and you got to say to yourself, okay, what's happening? How's all this going to work itself out? But Caleb Williams is playing football. He's playing it the right way. He's playing it good. And you got people like you're looking at his poise. And we look at it, he's got a drop back. He's going back. And he just slides that pocket, folks. You know what? And when you could do things like that, it changes the game of what your capabilities and how you can play the game. And the Bears can get electrifying. There's no doubt about it. The Chicago Bears can get electrifying in this season. They got a guy that can slide this pocket that's not going to be, he's a playmaker. Okay, and what the receivers and the running backs, everybody, they're on full alert. When you get a playmaker could do what Caleb Williams could do, you just got to say to yourself, okay, this is a different guy. And when you get somebody that can throw the ball and it's got movement, look at the lateral movement, look at that movement, look at his quick feet. I mean, he's just going to open up plays, and that's going to stretch the defense. Now, I don't recommend him going down there blocking or doing anything like that. I mean, let's go, Caleb. You're the number one draft pick. But the NFL is built off the men, the veterans, and they play the game for real. But this guy's got a different clock running in his head. Most quarterbacks, you see a lot of guys come in the league and they struggle. I think Caleb Williams got a different clock that he's going to run by. And when you got a different clock that you're running by, it's going to change your team, the toughness of your team. If the veterans believe you can play, you can play. And that's what he's doing. He's not shocking anybody here, but I'll tell you this, man, this guy is smooth down the line. Look, this is what you got. A quarterback, Chicago Bears, they never had anything like this. They got it now. Chicago Bears. I mean, this guy's pinpointing passes. Look at this, folks. This is a tight window in the NFL. This is Caleb Williams, and, man, is he threading the needle. Okay, you got a guy right there making the play. The Bears have not had that. The Bears have not been able to play that. The Bears have not been cursed. You just had Justin Fields. Every quarterback they ever had hasn't worked out. I think the Bears have got it right. I think the Bears are going to shine. I think the Bears are back. And, Chicago, that Soldier Field, you know what? Going into Soldier Field, I had my experience. I'm in there, the NFC Championship game. I'm covering the game. I go into Soldier Field, man, let me tell you something. It could be 3 degrees, -3. But you got a wind chill factor that'll just blow you away in Chicago. So You got to be mentally tough because when it gets cold, you won't be able to throw the ball as well. But this guy is a superstar. I mean, you look at some guys and you try to say, man, oh man, they're superstars. This guy here is a superstar. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. We're talking about Caleb Williams, #1 draft pick, came in real relaxed, has a real relaxed personality, and gets on the field and lights it up. That's what the Bears need. The Bears fans are hungry. You talk about hungry fans, man, the Bears, 85 all the way back to Dicker, they haven't won a championship. They're hungry. And general manager, man, you get it in there and you get it done, man. You got to thank him. You know what? Because he's 37-year-old general manager, pulled the trigger. Pulled the trigger and said, Justin, I'm going to help you out, get you somewhere. We're going to draft Caleb Williams. I mean, that's just pros. That's class and pros. You know, when a general manager tells you we're going to try to find you a good landing spot, that is very important. That's impressive. And you know what? You look at it, the Rooney Rule is going to work. The Bears have got their guy every time they go in there and do something. You got to know the Bears, this guy here came out of college, SC, throwing the ball. There's no doubt about it. He came out of college throwing the ball, right? And when you get somebody that's fearless, well, you know what, Kingsley, one of the things he came out of SC has made him fearless, okay? There's not any other competition he's going to see. Anything else is going to break him down. So the Bears are rolling. They're back in the saddle. To all the Chicago, Chi-Town, everybody there, I know it's been a drought. You got the Cubs, the White Sox. You got everybody there, hockey team. Everybody's been in a drought. And if the Chicago Bears hit the ground, they start out winning, which they will. And you got the quarterback that can get you what you need. There's no doubt about it. And he's a pro. And when you got a pro sitting in there and he comes out game, man, I'm telling you, this guy's going to spin it. Tight windows, receivers, running backs, get ready. Caleb Williams, first-round pick, #1 in the draft, Chicago. It's time to shine. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics. We try to bring it to you like no one else, give you the inside of what we believe, and it's always going to be, it's my opinion, okay? But if I give you the truth before it happens, I've given you the facts way early. Here's what I think. I think Caleb Williams is going to win the Bears some games. He's going to have to toughen up, okay, because there's going to be some ups and downs. Adversity is going to have to hit him, and when the adversity hits, how's the young man respond? I think he's got it in him. I think the Bears made the right move. I think this is going to be a successful season. And at the end of the day, we got to sit back and watch 17 tough games of football in the National Football League. And the NFL is the highest shield, the highest brand. There's nothing else that's bigger than the NFL. If you want to look at how America runs, look at how NFL runs. The Chicago Bears are a cornerstone, okay, because you got the history of the Chicago Bears. And they are trenched in, the Bears and the Packers. They got somebody to compete with Jordan Love. They're going to get it done, and I believe that. This is Money Mike Syndicated Radio podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics. Chicago Bears, they got one. We'll see you soon. All things are possible to those who believe.